Hello everyone, bonjour. First of all, a big thank you to each one of you for showing such love and warmth for the first video that I posted. Merci pour l'amour et soutien, which just means that thank you for the love and support in French. Like I mentioned in the first video that I started learning French when I was in isolation. That is one productive thing that I picked up. So I am making this second video to talk about two very important and crucial things, and I have received several requests to talk about this. But before that, I want to apologize for one mistake that I made in the first video. I was unwell from June 16th and not March 16th. So a big apology, big sorry for that. So coming to today's video, I want to talk about two things. One is the social stigma attached to this virus, to COVID-19, and two, that dogs do not spread or contract coronavirus. So the first point, the social stigma that is attached to this disease. Now I have divided that into two parts. One is the legal part of it and one is the social part of it. So my first test report came on July 1st when I tested positive, and on July 2nd the BMC guys came to my place. So I was put under strict isolation in one room, and my entire family was put under quarantine. We are still under quarantine, which will go on till July 25th, which just means that nobody from this house can step out unless there is an emergency. So obviously I didn't have groceries stocked up or essential stuff stocked up or medicines at home. So when the BMC team came on July 2nd, we asked them that what should we do? We can't go out. So they said that no worries, you can get it delivered at your place. Order it either from your local vegetable fruit vendor or meat or fish vendor, or you can order from Big Basket or Amazons of the world. Just keep a box or a bag outside and tell the delivery person to leave your stuff outside. And I must say that that is what we have been following, and we have an extremely compassionate and warm society secretary who made this tough time so easy and so hassle-free for us that at least I have not faced any kind of harassment or any kind of social discrimination so far. So know this, listen to this very carefully, because I have patients writing into me saying that they are under home quarantine, but they are facing acute harassment from their neighbors, and their neighbors are not allowing delivery boys to come to their flat to deliver stuff, and they have run out of groceries, they have run out of essential stuff, and they don't know what to do. So listen to this carefully. If you are a COVID patient under home quarantine, and if you are facing harassment by your neighbors, please call the local police. It is your legal right to call the local police or the local corporation healthcare worker, or call on the COVID helpline number, which is 1075. Trust me, you will get help. Trust me. And if you still do not get help, if you are facing harassment by your neighbors, write to me. I will take it up personally and I will try my best to help you out. It is your legal right. If you are a COVID patient and if you are under home quarantine, if your family is under quarantine, it is your legal right, and you have the legal rights to order food and get it delivered at your doorstep. Nobody can harass you. So like last time, I have made some notes. Now some people also asked me that oh, you have spoken so candidly about your illness. Are you not worried that you might get boycotted socially, that your family might get boycotted socially, that kids might stop playing with your child because you had COVID? So I have one simple answer to them, or for them. Anyway, we are under lockdown since March. All of us are under lockdown since March, and I am not visiting anybody's house for tea and fritters, chai pakode. So I have been managing myself on my own. I've been managing my child on my own. So if somebody boycotts me because I have or I had COVID-19, or if they boycott my family, or if they boycott my child, I think we are better off without such people. You know, good riddance to bad rubbish. You know, because there is a wide gap between literacy and education. A lot of people can be literate, but not everybody is educated. Education brings knowledge, compassion, humanity. So if anybody is discriminating against COVID-19 patients, it just clearly means that they are classless and crass. Money doesn't buy class. So they need to have a sound mind, and they need to have education. So you are better off without such people, trust me. And I have a question for all those who are discriminating against COVID patients. Today, India's biggest superstar, Amitabh Bachchan, and his entire family has contracted this disease. So, if ever in life you get to meet Amitabh Bachchan, Abhishek Bachchan, or Aishwarya Rai, will you not shake hand and take selfie with them? Will you discriminate because they had COVID? You won't, right? So, please stop this hypocrisy, okay? And now coming to my second point, I have seen many heartbreaking videos of people abandoning their pet dogs. Trust me, I have a 2-year-old beagle at home who's my angel, who's my shining light. When I was in isolation, he used to come to me. I used to cuddle him because I couldn't meet anybody else in the house. So we were very worried for him that, you know, because I had COVID, he might contract it from me, he might get sick. So we spoke to his vet, who's a very renowned person in Mumbai, Dr. Hitesh Swali, and he told us that dogs do not contract or spread coronavirus. I will repeat this again. Dogs do not contract or spread coronavirus. But he pointed out one thing, that if he is going out, then you need to sanitize and wash his leash and body well thoroughly, because that can carry the germ, and you need to wash his paws with mild soap water. So if you have furry babies at home, if you have dogs at home, even if you do not have COVID patient at home, if you do not have any symptom, and if your furry child is going out for walks, please ensure that once she comes back home, you sanitize the leash and the body belt thoroughly and wash his or her paws thoroughly. And I am requesting with folded hands. Folded hands, please stop abandoning dogs on the road. Please stop this cruelty. And I will end by saying just one thing, which I also said in my last video, that we are all in this together, and we can beat this virus together, but we can do it only if we work together, you know, not against each other. And I'll just say that please write to me if you have any doubt, or if you want any kind of information, or if you need any kind of help. Please stay safe, stay well, take care, and bye. Hi everyone, this is the first time I am making a Facebook video where I am appearing. I want to talk about something really important. I want to talk about the big C. Yes, I want to talk about the coronavirus, because unfortunately recently I contracted the disease, but the good news is that now I have tested negative. Although I'm still weak, and doctors have said that it will take a couple of months for it to go away completely. And I want to make this video to share my learnings, because I don't know ultimately how many people will end up watching this video, but I feel that even if I can help one person, it will be a big victory for me. So the most and I have made some notes, so I'll keep referring to them. So the most common question that I get, that how I contracted this disease, and trust me, if you can, I really do not know, because I, and especially my husband, we have been following the highest standard of hygiene and cleanliness. We have been following all the instructions to the T. I did not step out of the house after 19th of March when work from home was declared. So I really do not know how I contracted this disease, which just means that we are all so vulnerable and anybody can get this disease. So we all need to be really careful, stay safe and take care. So what were my symptoms? So I had many symptoms in phases, and it all really started on 16th or 17th of March with mild fever and mild cold. And I immediately went to my physician on 18th of March, and he did not panic and he put me on antibiotics. By 22nd of June, it had really aggravated, and I had high fever that ranged from 101 to 102 degrees. I had severe cough, but absolutely no breathing trouble or throat pain. I had severe diarrhea. Now please note this, that earlier patients of COVID-19 did not have diarrhea, which has now become a very common symptom. You may still have just diarrhea and you can still be a carrier of COVID-19. So if you have diarrhea, please go and see a physician immediately. I had severe fatigue, I had headache, and my smell and taste had gone completely. I could not eat anything. I had absolutely no appetite, and I was literally surviving on boiled food and fruits, because it just tasted, probably because it's sweet, it tasted nice. So if you have any of these symptoms or one of these symptoms, I am requesting you to go to a physician immediately, because by hiding this, you are not only putting yourself in danger, but it's a highly contagious disease. You are putting everybody around you at risk. So please go and see a physician immediately. Trust me, start taking the medicine. You will not die, you will survive. As and when the symptoms kept changing, and as and when they aggravated, my doctor kept adding medicines, changing medicines. And he also did a routine urine test, blood test, to check hepatitis B, dengue and malaria, but all were negative. And while all this was going on, for 3 consecutive days, on June 27th, June 28th and 29th, I could not get out of the bed. Although the fever and the diarrhea had gone, I could not even sit up because I was really weak. I was so weak that I could not even sit up on the bed. I was absolutely bedridden. That is when my doctor said that I need to go for the COVID test. I did the test on June 30th, and 1st of July I tested positive. And fortunately my son, my husband and our live-in maid tested negative, so that was a big relief. So for doing the COVID test, one needs to submit the Aadhaar card. So automatically the authorities and the BMC guys come to know about patients who has tested positive automatically. So on July 2nd, I got a series of calls from different departments of the BMC and also from the Ayush Ministry. The BMC team also came to my place. They sanitized the whole flat. They checked the isolation arrangements, and then they advised me to stay under home quarantine. I must admit that every single person who called me from BMC or from the Ayush Ministry or whoever visited us, they were all extremely helpful. They were all extremely compassionate and warm. And we also received tremendous support from our neighbors, who are also unfortunately under quarantine because of us. Now I want to talk about my diet. I am on high protein diet, and because I still have some symptoms like weakness and I still have slight cough, I'm still on some antibiotics and vitamins. Now as I said that I have made some notes and I'll keep referring to them, so I'm just looking at that. So as I said that, let me come to the most important question. If you do not have COVID, is there anything you can do to save and protect yourself? The answer is yes, you can. So in May, my family physician had put me and my husband on Bicosul zinc twice a day and vitamin C twice a day. And for my son, he had prescribed, my son who's 8-year-old, he had prescribed A to Z syrup twice a day and vitamin C once a day. So because of these vitamins, by the time I contracted the disease, my immunity system or my body had become so strong that I could fight this life-threatening disease very, very easily. Although I had symptoms, I had severe symptoms, but my body was strong because of these vitamins. So I am requesting everybody that please start taking Bicosul zinc twice a day, after breakfast, after dinner, vitamin C after breakfast, after dinner. Along with this, please have 1 or 2 eggs, 1 banana and 1 apple. That's all you need. Because to protect yourself, you need to strengthen your body. You need to strengthen your immunity, and that is all you can do. And these are the few things that you need to, these are the only few things that you can take to strengthen your immunity. And I want to talk about another important thing. Even after all this, if you unfortunately contract this disease, please stay positive and do not panic. When I was in isolation, I finished watching all the web series. I learned French. I can now write a couple of sentences in French, speak a few, few sentences in French. And I used to meditate twice a day. I feel that I have been blessed with a second life. But most importantly, I want to mention my family, my friends, my colleagues who helped me stay positive, who did not let me sulk, and who helped me keep my spirits up, and I will be eternally grateful to them. And to end, I would like to say that just remember one thing, that we are all in this together and we can beat this virus together. I am only feeling bad for the Sephora lipsticks that I had to throw away. But jokes apart, please do write to me if you have any question, and I'll try my best to answer them. And please stay safe, stay well, take care. Bye.